Good afternoon and welcome to our BBC School News broadcast. We are very pleased to welcome Asmir Bergovic, the Stoke City and Bosnia-Herzegovina goalkeeper, as our special guest this afternoon. Asmir has kindly agreed to answer some questions for us and to try and save our penalties afterwards.
Why did you decide to become a professional footballer?
Why did I decide?
Yeah.
Sorry. Just because it was my dream. I mean, my dad used to be a professional goalkeeper. My dad was my dad's dad, so my granddad was also involved in professional football before. So it was something that was involved in my family for a long time. I guess it was kind of in my genes and just natural for me to continue. So when I was from the age of about 4 or 5, I just wanted to be a goalkeeper and a professional footballer at that. So it just kind of came very natural to me.
And have you ever wanted to become an outfield player instead?
No, I always wanted to be a goalkeeper and nothing else. Scoring goals and being an outfield player really never appealed to me. So goalkeeping was the only thing I was ever interested in. And like I said, it ran in my family, so I had some really good coaching along the way, which was very helpful.
What are the most important qualities to be a footballer?
Most important qualities probably a hard work ethic and a great attitude. I think some guys have the talent they're born with, and that goes a long way too. But I think if you continue to work at your game and put the effort and commitment into it, then you can go a long way, and that's the only way you get better as well, and keep learning and achieving different things. So it's important to work hard and just keep focused on your goals as well. And obviously, if you have a bit of talent and some good skills, that helps as well.
Which other clubs have you played for apart from Stoke?
Well, I've actually been around a few clubs. I was mainly at Portsmouth. I was there for 6.5 years. I joined them when I was 16 years old. But I had numerous amounts of loan spells all over the country. I was at Macclesfield, Yeovil Town, Bournemouth, Ipswich as well. So I had different loan spells, which gave me different experiences also, different stages of my career, and it was important to play the game. So I've been at a few different clubs, I built up a few different relationships, I met new people, and it was all part of my development and my growing up, and I wouldn't change that for anything. But the most time I spent was at Portsmouth. I was there 6.5 years, and I really enjoyed it as we're there. And obviously I've been at Stoke for the last 4 and a bit years, so I've been around the block a little bit.
Well, congratulations on a great win yesterday. What do you remember most about the game?
What I remember most is winning the game, obviously. No, it was a great performance by us. Obviously, we didn't start the game too well, and after that we had control. And I think the one thing that stood out is the fact that we were able to control the game so well with our passing and movement off the ball, and we didn't let Aston Villa back into the game even after we scored some goals. So just the fact that we had such control of the game was something that I'll remember from the game.
Do you feel under pressure when you play, or are you able to focus on your game?
Of course, there's pressure, but I think as a professional, you get used to that pressure and just kind of focus on your game and your job in hand. And the older you get, the more experience you get, the more focused you are on your job, and the better you are at kind of blocking all the outside things away, and it becomes easier to focus on your job. And I think if you start thinking too much from the other side and start thinking about all the outside factors and different pressures people put on you, then it can affect your game. So you develop that kind of sense of really being able to focus on your job, and that's the main thing and the most important thing to do.
What was the most memorable game for you this season?
This season we've had actually a few good games. Obviously beating all the top teams at the Britannia was fantastic. I think we beat Man United for the first time ever this year, and I think that was a pretty big achievement. It took us a little while to get that done, but better late than never, as they say. So that was a pretty big achievement for the club, and it was a great experience, and everything all around for the fans as well.
Can you describe a normal day for you on a club or international duty?
Okay, they both vary a little bit, so I'll go through my club routine. Usually normal days I get into training about 9 o'clock. Training usually starts about 10:45 or 11 o'clock, so I get in nice and early and make sure I get seen by the physios, get any work done that I need to make sure my body's right for that day's training. As you get older, you develop a little bit of wear and tear, so it can take a little longer to get ready for training and make sure your body's right. So I do that for a little while and maybe grab a bite to eat, and then I head into the gym about 10 o'clock just to do a few stretches and exercises to warm my body up, and then we head out to train, which usually takes about an hour to 2 hours, depending on which day in the week it is. The sessions are heavier early in the week, and as the game approaches, the sessions do lighten up a little bit and get more tactical based and focus on the game. So that's the routine, and usually after that I head into the gym for half an hour of doing some work depending on which phase I am in the year, and it can be power, it can be speed, it can be a lot of different factors to make sure the body's functioning well and helps you also on the pitch. So I'll do that, then I'll grab some lunch, and I usually get home about 2:30, and then I play with my little girl, pick her up from school, and that's kind of my day done really on a normal day. And then with the national team, it's a little bit different. We usually train in the afternoon or evening, so you've kind of got most of the day to kill and spend hanging around the hotel and watching different TV shows or just hanging out with friends. And after that, it's the same kind of routine. Get in the gym a little bit before training, stretch up, make sure you're ready for training. And we usually train in the evening, and then obviously when you get back, you just relax after, have some dinner, and just hang out. Really, those are the kind of routines that we go through.
Who is your best friend at Stoke City?
I've got two probably best friends, Ryan Shawcross and Andy Wilkinson, the guys I'm kind of closest to, so more local guys as well. But to be honest, I get on really well with everyone. The camaraderie and togetherness of the team has been pretty great over the few years that I've been here, so I've developed some really good friendships.
Who is the most fashionable player?
Well, this is a very, very tricky question because a lot of guys think they have fashion sense when really they don't. There's a few bad guys. There's Stephen Ireland's, Eric Peters, Marco Arnautovic, just guys who wear some outrageous gear, with, I don't even know what they call it. It's just some very funky, flashy shoes. You guys might like that. It might be up your street, but maybe some of us other guys, the goalkeepers, myself, Thomas Sorensen, Andy Wilkinson, we have some normal fashion sense. Jeans and a hoodie and a pair of trainers, and just keep it nice and loose.
Who is the joker in the dressing room?
Who's the joker? We've got a few guys actually who've got good banter. Glenn Whelan's always around. Marco Arnautovic is a bit of a class clown, as they call him. So is there. Robert Hooch, John Walters, not far from any kind of tricks and fun things they do around the dressing room. So it's always a lively place, and you always have to keep your wits about you.
What do you like to do when you're not playing football?
Well, I love watching sports. So I watch all the different games of football and stay in tune with what's going on. I love hanging out with my family. Like I said, my daughter, my wife, we spend a lot of time together at home and do different things together. Make sure, because I travel a lot, so it's nice to be able to spend time with the family. Other than that, I like watching movies, going to the cinema, things like that, and just keep it nice and easy, really.
Where are your favourite places to go on holiday?
I've been a few places around the world. Some beautiful places everywhere. A couple of places I would mention the Maldives, very nice place, very private if you want to go for a nice quiet holiday. Florida also appeals to me very much. There's different. The weather is very nice, which is always appealing and always great for holidays. You can do different things with kids. Just always something to do. Dubai is also very lovely. So a lot of different places, but we usually go where it's nice and warm, as we like the nice weather. So those are the best places to go to.
If you had a chance, would you try to score again?
Yeah, of course. If I had the chance, yeah. It's it doesn't happen too much for goalkeepers, so it can be a bit difficult. But if I can score again, that'll be great. But if it never happens again, I'm quite happy with the one I have so far.
Who would you say is the most dangerous striker that you've played against?
Another tough question. I've been very, fortunate and unfortunate to play against some great strikers and be scored on by them. But at this moment in time, I would probably say that the best player I've ever played against, period, is Cristiano Ronaldo. He's just unstoppable, so difficult to play against. But at the moment, Luis Suarez is very difficult to play against because he has every attribute in his locker. He can do you for pace, left foot, right foot. He can hurt you off set pieces. He's got a lot of different skills, and I'm sure he achieves that by working hard. So he's probably the toughest one at the moment. I do have some good friends actually. I mean, we obviously play against each other a lot, and there's a thing called the goalkeepers union, as we do tend to stick together, make sure we cover each other's backs. There's a lot of people who tend to give us a hard time, so we always hang out. I mean, I'm friendly with a couple other guys, do the different things, and we have the same glove sponsors and Dorsey's, so we have to do different commitments with the brands ourselves. Guys like Ben Foster, I'm close to, John Ruddy. Those are the kind of guys I've hung out a little bit with, and are good guys. But in general, most goalkeepers are really down-to-earth people, so we usually get along no matter what.
Is there anywhere that you'd like to play before you hang up your gloves?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I've always had thoughts about playing in different leagues and experiencing different life in different other countries, and you never know what opportunities will present themselves as my career goes on. But I'm really settled in England. You know, we get to play in the best league in the world, and it doesn't get much better than that. So I think leaving England would always be tough, but you never know. You never know what different challenges arise. I've always been a Bayern Munich fan, so if that opportunity presents itself one day, yeah, you know. It could be interesting, but I'm really focused on what I'm trying to do now, and just enjoy playing in England. Like I said, the Premier League is the place to be. They've got the best stadiums, best crowds, best atmosphere. So I'm in no rush to leave England at the moment.
Media talk a lot about how much footballers earn. Do you think that other athletes, such as Olympians and Paralympians, should earn earn more than they do?
Well, I mean, I really don't know the ins and outs of what other athletes earn and what their income is, so I can't comment too much. I think everything is relevant to what you get paid and what the demand for the sport is, what the interest is all around the world. And you know, obviously football is the biggest sport in the world, so it's the most followed, most coveted, and it's the sport most people watch. So the money and everything comes with the territory. But you know, of course, if the income for Olympians and everyone else, they put a lot of effort and work into their craft and make sure they try to be the best they can. And if they can be paid more and be up to par with different athletes, then for sure. But like I said, I don't want to comment too much, as I'm not quite sure what the ins and outs of all the details are.
You've recently set up your own charity, the Asmir Bergovic Foundation. Could you tell us a bit more about this?
Yeah, for sure. I've always been keen to help out the local community, give back to the local community, obviously my country of birth in Bosnia. So starting a foundation was something I tried to do for a long time. It took a few months to set up, and finally about 6 months ago we were given the go-ahead, and we launched the foundation. It's all about trying to rebuild facilities and build sports or build new sports facilities, obviously in the local Staffordshire area and also back home in Bosnia. I'm very passionate about sports, and I have been my whole life, and sports has played a huge role in my life no matter where I've been and different experiences I've gone through. So I think we can do a lot of good with that. We've been involved in a couple of projects recently where we can introduce our thoughts and our help to that kind of stuff. And it's also great to encourage kids to play sports and be active and just socialize with other kids and hopefully enjoy a healthier lifestyle as well. So I think our foundation could do a lot of good, and we hope to do so in the future.
What do you plan to do when you retire from playing?
It's a difficult question. I have to say I haven't given it too much thought yet. I'm hopefully still at a good age, but you know, in all seriousness, football is a very short career, so you have hopefully a lot of time to kill after. I'll do my coaching badges, so maybe get into coaching. I do enjoy working with youngsters, so maybe set up like a goalkeeping or football academy. I've done some media work, which I enjoy doing, analyzing games, commentating on games, and just talking about football is pretty easy and pretty cool thing to do. So I like that side of things. I also like the business side of things. You maybe become an executive at a football club or something like that, go back to school and get my qualifications for that kind of role. So I'm trying to keep my options open as much as I can and make sure I'm covered in as many aspects so that when the time comes I can choose and pick what I like to do.
Thank you for coming and answering our questions today. We'd like to give you a small gift to say thank you. A ball signed by the members of our Staffordshire County Championship winning squad.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Thank you guys. Thanks for having me as well, and I hope everything goes well with your projects.
Thank you.
It's going to be worth a lot of money one day, huh?